2020 Polestar 1 review: a weird flex and a moot point. The best thing about the 2020 Polestar 1 is the way it looks. It's the 2013 Volvo Concept Coupe come to life with a plug-in hybrid powertrain. But despite being the first car to launch under the standalone Polestar brand, it in no way lays the groundwork for any of the company's future models. Really, the Polestar 1 is just a rolling billboard for a carmaker most people have never heard of, and a gorgeous one at that. Design with staying power. If you're going to resurrect a 7-year-old concept car for a production model, you'd better make it a good one. So it's a testament to the 2013 Concept Coupe's design that, all these years later, it still looks every bit as stunning. The body panels are free of frivolous sculpting, and I love the wide hips and short overhangs. Almost all of those body panels are made from carbon fiber, too, which Polestar says accounts for some 500 pounds of weight savings compared with traditional steel construction. Even so, this is no featherweight. The Polestar 1 tips the scales at nearly 5,200 pounds, which is about the same as a nicely equipped Ford F-150. Familiar cabin means familiar tech. The good news about the Polestar 1 using Volvo's Sensus infotainment system is that, having used it a bunch of times now, I'm pretty much a pro. The bad news, of course, is that all the things I don't like about Sensus come along, too. You move through the various pages and menus kind of like you would on an iPad. But while this design is great for a tablet you'd use at home on the couch, it's different for an interface intended to be used while driving. Some of the icons are small, the settings menu requires a downward swipe from the very top of the screen, and, despite numerous processor updates over the years, Sensus is still quite laggy when you first wake it up. There's still a lot to praise, though there's no denying the 9-inch, portrait-style touchscreen is visually impressive. I like the way Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are integrated into the Sensus experience, too. Rather than taking over the whole display, the smartphone mirroring tech is housed in one of the 4 main panels on the home screen, and only fully opens when you ask it to. This makes it a lot easier to toggle between the apps on your phone and the apps in your car. This is another area where the one doesn't preview what'll come in Polestar's future cars, thankfully. Beginning with the Polestar 2, the brand's cars will move to new Google Android-powered software that looks to be much better. Lots of power, some of the time. Arguably the most interesting thing about the One is its powertrain, though again, this plug-in hybrid setup won't be used in any future Polestar. Much like Volvo's T8 twin-engine cars, there's a 2.0-liter i4 up front, which is both supercharged and turbocharged, mated to an integrated starter-generator motor and an 8-speed automatic transmission that drives the front axle. On its own, this part of the powertrain produces 326 horsepower and 321 pound-feet of torque. Where the Polestar differs from a standard T8 Volvo is at the rear. There's a pair of 85 kilowatt electric motors, making a total of 232 horsepower and 354 lb-ft. This section of the powertrain only sends thrust to the rear wheels, and it can torque vector from side to side, too, for improved handling. All of this adds up to a total system output of 619 horsepower and 738 lb-ft, but you're only getting that amount if you have enough juice in the battery and you're driving the Polestar 1 in its power mode. Which is something you should do as often as you can, because this is where the car really shines. Acceleration is lively, with this heavy coupe hitting 60 miles per hour in just under 4 seconds. And since most of the torque is coming from an electric motor, it's available at a moment's notice. But who's it for? I like the Polestar 1. It's quick, it's comfy, and it looks damn good in my driveway. But I don't know why you'd buy one, especially considering its $155,000 price tag. My colleague Anshuan Goodwin says it best: the Polestar 1 is sort of stuck between an eco-rock and a performance hard place. EV-minded shoppers will likely be bummed this car isn't fully electric, especially when $155,000 buys any Tesla you want, or even a Porsche Taycan. On the other hand, as a sports car, the Audi R8, BMW M8, Mercedes-AMG GT and Porsche 911 will all run circles around the Polestar. Heck, even though the One is a lovely GT, judged on that sole criterion alone, the Mercedes-Benz S560 Coupe, BMW M850i Coupe or Lexus LC500 are lovelier to pilot over the long haul. All three are cheaper, too. But here's the thing, none of this matters. Polestar will only build 1,500 of these coupes for the entire world, and the company isn't using the one as a foundation for its future products. The fully electric Polestar 2 is a far more important product for this up-and-coming carmaker, and frankly, that's the one I'm really excited about even if it isn't as good looking.